these fine gentlemen at I-58, and well, they were pretty confident. So we'll see how they do here. Should be fun.
Absolutely, and also, I don't know if this is necessarily worth noting, but we're actually playing on a different version of Badwater Pro. We're playing on RC8, I believe, because one of the players crashes on the most recent one. So we are. Go ahead.
Yeah, gates are open here. We got the sentry in a fairly typical situation back there on the cliff. The Sandman over the top actually does hit the pyro, but that's going to be no big deal. The bomb is coming in here and getting... Nope. Sort of stuffed. Pretty killer. Oh, he got Kufarel. Yeah, that's a pretty good kill.
Yeah, that is a really good kill coming up here, especially with the respawn times coming in, so we should be seeing just a gradual move forward. The cart is all the way at the end of the tunnel right about now, so we should be seeing a move on the gun.
Yeah, BC, well, what kind of happened there? He rescue ranged the gun and then he fell? I didn't quite see where the,
Crater? Alright, first point does get capped right here. There is a spy on the cart. He gets caught out right away. That'll begin. He tried to go in, not happening. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting a roof hold. Sorry.
No. He must have gotten surfed away and cratered. He tried to pull out of that really early, and that actually was a pretty soft hold on the first point. They're actually now just getting rolled over again on the second point. This is a bit of a disaster for LANpander at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Strong opinions really showing their dominance, just sort of rolling through here, that nice aggression coming through, cutting off the opposing team, and the Uber does come out. Kufrel does get caught out, Ali gets a nice sticky on him, and Emilio takes out Mildred as well, as they just sort of mow forward, and it's just kind of scrappy in here. There is the opposing spy, Ganon is behind, he might try and decloak for something, but it's just a straight roll through third, which usually gets held for a lot longer.
Yeah, would be nice. Strong Opinions, though, has just got a ton of momentum, and this map is really about getting set up and getting established. Each of these points you can hold for very long periods of time, but you know, once your sentry gun falls on first, or you lose your medic, stuff like that, then it becomes very hard to hold on to things. If you lose the roof, if they just push really far past the corner, you know, and now we'll see how they can settle into this last point. Certainly they got a cheeky teleporter exit behind, and Blue doesn't have a lot of a focus right now. They do have an Uber, though, on the point, so I take that back. They are going to clean things out here pretty well.
Yeah, worth noting, actually, Kufrel got taken out right there by a direct hit really early on, so they won't have an Uber to defend this with, and it's just, this momentum got pushed all the way through since the instant that gun cratered. Strong Opinions just has been rolling through really easily. Raptor does finally get taken out, Mildred picks him up, and Seal is down, Toast is down as well, combination of Scout and Pyro right there. Finally, the defense is getting their legs, and they're just gonna throw some stickies up and choke, try and not let them in, and it does seem like LANpander is on Kritzkrieg, so that is something. Oh, what a good stab by Ganon, double right there. Ali is down, and never mind, it does look like CJ went down as well, so he is kind of getting up here. Emilio gets headshot by hitting his GPS, really nice shot right there, and so we're just waiting on this Kritzkrieg. They finally get it, so we should be looking to see a play soon.
Yeah, Funky's got a good chance here. The Kritzkrieg coming out, but he's not fully supported, and he had Ali on the side, so had to be really careful there about getting too far out there. Kufarel is going to back off a bit. Now that Kritzkrieg has kind of been shown, it wasn't really too effective, and if they were like arrow building or doing something real rapidly right now, they'd be able to catch up to CJ, but I think CJ is going to have it in time for the next Kritzkrieg.
Yeah, and it does look like that will be the case as well. The medic managed to make it out. Ooh, nice stab right there, Ganon roasting CJ. So it does look like the crits will catch up after all, but we do have a slow but steady push coming in here. Pyro pressuring this gun right here, actually going up behind, making that happen. People just getting pinched underneath it is just Karma. Medic is alone on his power, and he actually gets headshot by Toast, who picks up a nice 5k right there on that. And so we're just getting really scrappy on last on the point. Heavy onto the head. Emilio takes out Fungi right there. Moist is down as well. It does look like a wash, as Blue is probably going to be able to cap this. It's a wipe, actually. A wipe.
Yeah, they had some good respawns coming in there, like it was the Scout, the Demo Man, and the heavy weapons guy, as well as the Sniper. So it seemed like there was maybe a bit of a chance there for them to hold it, but oh my, what a just devastating offensive push. And
4 minutes and 39 seconds. That's insane.
Yeah, I think you are just going to have to approach this one like, well, let's just try to get as far as we can and get warmed up, get rolling, and then start off our next next set with a strong offense.
Yeah, and honestly, they really just can't afford to not push the cart. They need as big of a play as the opposing team did to just sort of get in there and do as well as they can. We actually have an interesting central location, at least for me. It's up on that little rock formation,
that is
which I haven't seen before. Yeah. I don't know if that's, you know, common. Probably not. I guess it has pretty good coverage against jumpers, but the downside is it will not look over into the tunnel area. We actually have a crit screen on offense. That is interesting. I'm really hoping we get to see a really good play off of that, because that is not something you see at all usually on payload offense.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. I mean, if they pop it early and instead of doing like a full bomb, just kind of walk it out into it, you know, through either cliff or kind of drop down a little bit lower. And then seems like going to be the plan here, to try to get a surprise. Oh, they got a little bit separated. They haven't used it yet. Oh, he dropped it. Toast kills him.
Toast going absolutely ham with these headshots. That is so many players down. Boogie got taken down. Moist down as well. Heavy's GPS gets bested by Toast as well. So it's that sentry really caught people by surprise. It kind of threw Hildreth way up into the skybox. I don't think they were expecting that.
The Conqueror being used here in the tunnel by Raptor, and that's really helped him push through and get everybody cleared out. Fungi wrapped around, wasn't able to kill that sentry though. That is kind of sheltered from the left side. He's gonna pack it up and move his sentry around.
Yeah, Claudia's just absolutely showing his dominance on this map. Hildreth trying to jump again. It's rocketed back there. Actually killed by a rescue ranger, not something you see. And it is just Moist stalwartly pushing this cart. He's not going to be able to make it happen, as they're just really, the defending team is really just showing their dominance right here. I don't think CJ had to pop once.
Yeah, CJ's been really comfortable. He's going to have to watch for the spy here. He's got a good spot on it. He went for the Uber Saw. Didn't need the charge, but the engineer is there to clean up the sapper, and the spy retreats.
Yeah, that was almost a really good timed bomb right there, but they just came in a little bit too late. The sapper got taken off the gun right there. Moist is taking down Billjack, going big right there. Actually, the crit... No. Sorry, excuse me. That was... What was that? Was that a pump? Thompson?
I'm not sure. I think
it is.
Whoa, wow.
SDK gets headshot right here by Cloudy. That's going to be pretty nice. Just, you know, picking up as many frags as you can, and Gorston gets backstabbed by Toast. That is the heavy right here. And finally, the Ubers do come out. That was going to be a solo Uber, but it doesn't look like Fungi was going to make anything done, as the medic has to back up with this heavy. Kufril in really dire straits right here. He gets taken out, and then Moist cleaned up. It's just...
Yeah. Nice by Raptor coming in with that Conqueror again. He's running Conqueror Black Box, which just gives him a ton of survivability and the capability to stay forward, away from the medic, and leave those health packs out for other people. Here comes the Demo Man bombing in again with the soldier as well. The sentry gun moved back once again. CJ thrown down to the ground, but has a 50 health, so he's feeling comfortable. He's going to get that health pack on the left side from the defensive orientation. And they have this unlocked still. Yeah.
Yeah, and it does look like just going in, taking out Kufro as well, who was on the quick fix in this sort of desperate bid. There's a minute 30 left on the clock, and they're just really trying their hardest to get in here,
Yeah.
do something, sort of demo the spy happening. It's gonna get roasted. Fungi getting taken out by Ali. Nice sticky right there. And I think we're
Yeah, we
at
are.
nope,
Oh.
unpause.
Yeah,
Raptor.
yeah, I guess a quick one.
Sorry, Raptor's on an 11k right now, which is insane, and CJ just picks us off
Wow, yeah.
of Ganon, so... Yep. Is this a pause?
I don't know. We're back. If that was a pause, mine has just been heavy lag. Yeah, Raptor is playing real crazy, getting a lot of support from the medic as well. Jumping in, he's yeah, okay, I was like, gonna go down that time, finally. Great Uber coming in here on the Pyro. And he's going to get the heavy weapons guy. He's going to run all the way back to the spawn door. Does not get Kaferal inside the spawn. That would have been nice, but still, this is real nice. They're actually hoping to just get the full stop here on point number 1 here as CJ it gets the spy kill down. And yeah, a quick fix coming out here. But Blue does not have a whole lot going on.
No, they really don't. Moist got taken out there by Toast, and it does look like they're trying to move forward right there. Kufral and Fungi trying to just move forward, trying to make everything happen. A level 2 is looking at them right about now, and he just gets headshot by Cloudy. That's going to really, really hurt, and that sort of last second bid isn't going to happen at all as we tick down 5 seconds left on the clock, and that is almost a wipe for a team that respawns so quickly on offense. That's out. There it is.
Really well played by Seal, the engineer for Strong Opinions. He just was moving that sentry gun around and got a ton of points, 42 points for engineer. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. And I really like the way he was just moving the position around. But honestly, he was afforded that fact. He was allowed to do that because there just wasn't a lot of pressure that could get through to him. He was just free and easy to just move around as he pleased, which is not something you want to allow the enemy engineer to do. But when it happens, it happens.
Yeah. I was trying to pull up some logs for this, but I don't know if this one is loading for me quite yet. So we'll see if we can get you guys some stats down the line. Certainly he was playing well. Raptor, the Conqueror, definitely came into effect a good amount. I want to point out Ali as well. He is the demo man for Full Tilt, so you know you're gonna look at the major tournaments of TF2. He was in a second place team, so that's pretty good. So he's certainly going to be helping his team out. I'm not sure who else did you see atwas that was really kind of performing.
Ooh, I gotta say, Raptor was just between the conch and the black box. He was not dying. He was on an 11k, which is insane.
That is crazy. I saw some good plays from Viljack too, just putting some damage out and help finishing out some kills. So LANpander, man. They are going to have to get out of first point. That is for sure if they're going to want to win this matchup against Strong Opinions. But Strong Opinions, obviously, ETF2L champions, obviously very strong contenders here for this DeutschLAN championship.
Hey, at least they'll have more time to do it this time.
Yeah, they will have. Well, I mean, they will have about the same amount of time to capture the first point.
Well, yeah.
So they
slightly more. 30 seconds is a long time in TF2.
No, I think actually the clock ran out on the first point instead of the stopwatch in that first set.
Did it?
I think so.
Okay.
I could, I could be wrong, but I think that 5 minutes ish was in that realm.
Yeah, interesting. Again, we do see the crit creep on the offense once more, just maybe trying to get some work done, and hopefully it works out better. We do see the attacking soldier on the direct hit too, so we should be able to see that gun go down much faster, trying to get in there. Hildreth, never mind, gets absolutely roasted right there. Got finished off by Seal, and we're trying to move in here, but it's not happening. Fungi gets headshot by Toast. Oh, but Ganon getting the big stab onto CJ that is going to be really nice. They really need to go in off of that and try and make something happen while they have, just because of the way the respawns are.
Yeah, Kritzkrieg and Highlander is tough. I mean, it certainly can work in some situations. You see it work defensively, interestingly enough, in some situations. I mean, they did get the stab on the medic in the end. They're making pretty good progress here. But we are also seeing that Conqueror again from Raptor. As that gun getting moved around. And Raptor does not get the air shot on the medic. But the medic does get killed in the end as Raptor coming over the top. That is a big difference. The cart has still been getting moved by Hildreth, but he's going to get challenged on the cart right now in the one-on-one, and he gets taken out by Raptor.
That was a really nice attempt at a push right there, and that was such a good serve coming out from Kuprol, but unfortunately Raptor just jumped right in and said absolutely not. We do have a level 3 sort of on this concrete spot right here. It's going to watch the cart fairly nicely, but that will allow Blue enough time to get out of the tunnel. CJ has Uber right about now, and Kuprol is back on Uber as well. So no more crits plays as they're trying to move up here across the cliff, make that happen. A Pyro is in their face, just sort of M2 and him back, saying, nah, you have to work to make it through this choke. Toast does get caught out right here, so we won't see any crazy frags from him, just, you know, gradually moving forward on Foomgi, throwing out the stickies, trying to do their best, trying to do a nice little solid push, but it's just nobody's making it happen quite yet. And finally Kuprol gets the Uber, comes out. Moist is already dead, however, and that's going to really suck, and the Pyro is right there. I'm doing that. He's caught out completely, manages to make it out to his demo, but the Pyro is on him and gets the frag. Actually, Cloudy got that frag. Cloudy stole those frags from that Pyro. 2 headshots.
That was a huge play, though, by that Pyro. Just to reflect to like separate the combo in the first place, but then the follow up and then like get right in there. As you mentioned it, yeah, Cloudy picking that up, and Cloudy definitely a talented sniper. Met him at I-58. He was also quite proud of his sniping. Seal getting stabbed down, that could be a nice opening, but Blue has also lost a couple other players. They haven't had the best coordination getting in on the cart or the best plan for it. They've lost Kuferl again. Losing a lot more players here. Heaviest GPS going down. Basically getting cleaned up. Fungi is alive on the side, battling Raptor, but Raptor at full health. And now full overheal.
Yeah, unfortunately they didn't manage to make it over that hill. The NG and Sentry did go down, but the rest of the team just collapsed on top of them. There's a reason these boys are ATF2L champions, because it is just completely dominant the way they're playing this, but LANpander is they're really doing their best, trying to get in here, make this happen. The Conch does come out through tunnel, trying to get people in here. Hildreth down, Heavy's GPS down. BC, I think he managed to stay alive, escape back into spawn, but it is just really kind of down to the wire right here, and it's kind of unfortunate. Again, it's trying to move in here for a pick. He is close to the medic. I think he's probably going to be caught out right there. He's doing his best to juke that as we have more gamers moving across cliff.
Yeah, good jukes by Ganon for sure. He even, the medic looking at him. The medic, very low health for a second there, but then can just drop back down, get that health pack. So they're feeling pretty comfortable. That Sentry is up and level 3. The roller does not quite splash onto Ali or get a kill on him. And they're trying to push through or tunnel to get back to the cart, but just to try to touch it, to stop it rolling backwards. Not going to be really able to make any progress.
Yeah, I do hear the 10-second countdown happening right now, and Kuprol just managed to spawn after being taken out by Billjack earlier. He's going to avoid the guillotine. No, he misses the Sandman, avoids the guillotine, but it is just not enough as this round just ends.
Yeah, Strong Opinions really making it look easy. You know, to be honest, it just seems like, oh yeah, I mean, can't anybody do that, you know, or like, also one of those ones that's how my team plays in my mind, you know. I'm like, we went over it once in pregame. You stand here, we just like hold the sentry, it just like stays up the whole time, or medic like never gets sniped or stabbed, and like our spy
Everything
gets
is
killed.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our sniper gets killed. Our soldier conquers everybody and stays alive and doesn't soak heals. Our demo's amazing. Yeah, it
An
keeps going.
alternate
It goes
universe
on.
where everyone is a professional,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Emilio, I guess, is the only Emilio Estevez is the only one that I haven't really mentioned. The Pyro definitely had a huge play there, denying the one really decent Uber Farrell had. It was some strong plays, and all they got to do is capture the first point here. This could be over pretty quick, although... Okay, cool. We are going.
Yeah, we do see right out the gate, we're just gonna get out. We do have the engineer on level 3s, that's a little interesting, and we actually have the gun in a really kind of passive spot right here under the concrete area. So the jumps do come in, and later, Steve's down, Ali gets taken out right there by the sentry gun and Raptor as well, so that is a nice little surprise for people. Of course, it's going to be very easily taken out by any sort of Uber getting in there. It's just sort of a meat grinder in there, nowhere to escape to. And so just moving across off the point, Emilio Estevez taken out again and right there. So we're just going to have a gradual push right here. And here we go, getting really aggressive with CJ getting in there. And both Ubers do get popped out right here. It does look like Pyro's going to do his best. It's going to trap the medic out into the gate, and that is going to really suck. And so his heavy just sort of goes back in there with him. The sentry is up in form of a level 1, so doing a good job there, BC at 4 health, the hero.
Yeah, I don't think that strategy passed even pub testing, to be honest. It was not very good. It was not a very good strategy. Kind of disappointed in Hildreth. I hope Stinson is listening, and I hope Stinson tells Hildreth that I'm disappointed in him for that strategy.
Well, I mean,
they were gonna lose. Like, I hate saying stuff like this, but they were gonna lose anyways, right? Most likely, they were gonna lose anyways. But that strategy to me, is a strategy like maybe okay to start the whole series off, but in a situation where you need to hold that point, that was, they just lost that point and they just lost the game. You can't have your sentry gun that's 90% of the way back. If they wanted to do something crazy and try something different, then put the sentry gun in a super aggressive forward space and then pull it back to that later. Seal, one of the reasons why he was so good in that first point held is he kept moving his gun, surviving, pulling his gun back, and then pushing the gun back forward when it was safe to. But that's just way too far back. You're not going to be able to hold the last point if that sentry gun survives that first Uber push.
If anything, they did a good job with the surprise, sort of denying the jump, but they really needed to keep that hole up on top of cliff, or maybe even pull the sentry forward so they get the initial jump down that was so devastating initially, but they just sort of let it slide, and they gave the opposing team that entire round, like that territory, which sucks. And I get it, when you're being denied so hard, it really hurts, but I don't know, kind of
Yeah. We'll see. It was they did just, I guess, come back from lunch break, so they can't have any excuses about being hungry. There's dinner break coming up as well, but then we're gonna be coming back with some placement games, switching over to BO3 series. Later tonight, there's going to be the semifinals and the bronze match, and then the grand finals will be played tomorrow to wrap everything up. And we have a cam of strong opinions. It looks like they've cleared out. They're heading towards dinner. And Atwas, any final thoughts on the game?
Well, we certainly God, Ali is a monster. I know I've played with him for once upon a time, a long, long time ago. And not only is he just a beast, he's also a really good jumper as well. I think he's one of the top demo jumpers out there, if I recall correctly. So, dude, this was This was a fast game, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more out of Strong Opinions as they just probably continue to move their way up the bracket.
Yeah, and one of the halves at least was posted on logs already, and Emilio Estevez actually totally crushed it. 12 kills and 2 deaths. What must have been the first set there. That's just kind of surprising, and I didn't quite notice that. Of all the players that we were calling out and stuff, had a super strong offense on that first set, and being the heavy weapons guy pushing the cart, that helps out. That usually works out.
Yeah, and he got decent frags, got scout, pyro, other heavy. He stayed alive. He didn't even soak up that many heals.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We had a good time. I don't know if we got. I don't think we have another game to go to. I think we're. Oh, we can. Yeah.
We can. More TF2, sign me up.